Hey travelers, I'm gonna have a cheap beer and talk to you for a minute. I got my pups here with me. They're snuggled up. My dude, my baby. There was a comment, and it's not the first time I've heard it. Whenever people are trying to hurt my feelings, you know, they'll say it or insinuate it like I'm a psychopath. Or if you, the clinical term, because there's no such thing as a psychopath, the clinical term is a sociopath, right? I will grant you this. I am extremely antisocial. I have tailored my entire life around being able to live happily with my dogs and the couple family members that I still communicate with. I've tailored my life to where I have the minimum amount of contact with society. Not because I don't trust myself or anything. If it was like that, I'd be locked up by now, trust me. I mean, I've been locked up, but I mean, I would be locked up for life. Maybe it's my discipline. I've been a martial artist since I could walk. I've been an ex-military, you know, maybe it's my discipline. Whatever it is, I'm not locked up and I'm not running around doing heinous shit to innocent people. So I am high on the antisocial spectrum. I've created a life where I can. But as a Taoist, that's me pulling back from what we call social mind, politics, the hamster wheel of making somebody else rich while you barely can pay your rent, you know. I've tailored my life in a way that I don't have to interact with people like that. But people have tried to hurt my feelings like that, tried to accuse me of things. Real toxic women that would like to be, oh, I'm so scared, oh, I'm so scared. You're scared because your bullshit doesn't work on me. Okay? I've had a lot of women say, oh, are you gay? Are you gay? Because they're literally models, and I'd tell them to go fuck themselves. Like, fuck you, fuck off. Are you gay? You gotta be gay. You're in the closet. Because they can't accept that a straight man would tell a gorgeous, attractive woman, you know, fuck off. Hi, my name's V. I want to tell you some stories because, you know, here's the thing before I even tell you the stories of me killing people. Here's the thing. If you took every billionaire on earth and made them all line up, and you took every politician in America and lined them all up, you took the entire Trump family, the entire Biden family, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Bushes, line them all up. Let's just say you have 1,000 people, right? Let's just say, just a nice round number. And as a straight man, I like nice round things. I could execute all of them. Don't even ball gag them. Don't. Let them beg. Let them cry. Let them talk. Let them scream. Let them bargain. I could execute all of them. I could go home and I could sleep fine. That's the truth. But I've also run into moving traffic to get a turtle out of the road. There was this, more than once. There was also this dog. I watched this dog was trying to cross this highway. I used to travel a lot, and this dog was trying to cross the highway, and a car hit it. Didn't just hit it, like ran it over to where the dog's hind legs were both out sideways. It had pretty much crushed her lower body, and she was just crawling to get out of the highway. And I stopped in the middle of the highway. I pulled her out of the highway, and there was another guy there, and he was like having an argument where I pulled the dog off the road. There was some guy, he was a military guy, I didn't know him, but he's arguing with his girlfriend in his pickup truck, and he's trying to act tough, like he doesn't give a shit about the dog. And I'm literally cradling this dog in her last moments. And I'm telling her what a beautiful, sweet girl she is, and everything's gonna be okay. And I held her until she passed. And when I got up, I could have killed that soldier. It's not that, could I? No, yeah, I could. I would have killed that soldier if I wouldn't have gone to prison for it. Just for him trying to act tough, like he's got no fucking compassion. I would have killed him in his truck in front of his woman. And then I would have spit in her fucking face. But I'm not gonna go to prison for life. You see what I'm saying? I've never been diagnosed. Yes, I've had therapy. I've had many therapists throughout my life. I've done a lot of shit in my life that deserve therapy. And at the end of the day, most therapists just end up trying to, in the words of one woman, I just want to lick your brain. Like, and this other therapist, just wanted to pick my brain on Greek philosophy, right? He was just fascinated. So, I mean, therapy's never really worked for me. I had to create my own therapy, which involved, because I didn't have much of a childhood, it involved me going back to a time when I was excited to watch a Saturday morning cartoon, the X-Men, or wrestling, professional wrestling. If you look at a lot of my playlists, I used to fall asleep on the weekends when I'd be able to go. On the weekends, I was allowed to go stay with my best friend and sleep over at his house. Like, I would watch him. He never let me play the game. He would always his computer games. So I would just watch him play video games, and I would fall asleep. A lot of my playlists, if you go look at them, they're reaction videos to X-Men. They're wrestling playlists of like my favorite wrestlers that I remember from being a kid, or like their playthroughs, video game playthroughs, because for me that's therapy. My first kill was an entire family. I was in Iraq, and on the back of our Humvees we had a sign in Arabic that said, stay back 30 meters or lethal force will be used. I don't know how they're supposed to read that at 30 meters. But there was a car that was speeding towards the back of us. Now look, man, I'm not painting this guy as innocent. I think he was innocent. In fact, the evidence would say that he was. I'm not painting him as innocent because, like, if I saw an armored Humvee with a guy with a fucking 50 caliber machine gun mount, I would stay back. For some reason, this guy wanted to get real fucking close. And I kept warning him. Everybody in the world knows what this means. He didn't slow down. So I had a mounted 50 cal turret, anti-aircraft 50 cal that you shoot aircraft with. And I had my M4. And the way I had it set up is I had the turret I forget what it's called, the lid that closes. It was behind me, so it was guarding my back, and I had a little harness where I could kind of sit, slouch in, and it would rotate. Well, I had my M4 slung on the back of the turret lid. It's not a lid. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. I don't give a fuck. The military's... I have no desire to impress those fucking weak-ass motherfuckers. But I had my M4 slung on the back of the turret lid. And when I seen him not stopping with the warnings, I didn't want to fire my 50 cal. So I pull my M4 off the lid and I fire a warning shot into the grill of his car. He sped up, and he's so close now that I lose all confidence in using my M4. So I let it drop, and I grabbed the 50 cal, and it was on single shot. It had automatic and single settings. I fired a single shot on the hip. I hip fired a single shot. I didn't aim. I just hip fired a single shot. Went through the windshield, completely decapitated the guy, the driver. The vehicle goes off the road and slams into a wall. All the soldiers in the convoy, because I was watching our 6. I was the last vehicle in the convoy to make sure no vehicle-borne VBEDs, vehicle-borne IEDs, improvised explosive devices. Because the tactic that we were taught that they would use is they would drive an explosive vehicle into the last vehicle of our convoy, disable it, which makes everybody else turn around to come get us, and that gives them more time to ambush us, right? So I was the guy that kept them off our ass. And everybody in the convoy, I think we were transporting Marines on that one. They all cheered, everything was cool. I was like, damn, like I just, wow, okay, cool. That night, we go to where we were bedding down, which it was a gym that we had put all our cots in. So because it's a gym, there was mirrors everywhere, and I remember this specifically because I still have a picture that I took with the guy I served with, and I got a band-aid under my eye in that picture. And you can see the gym in the background, so I remember it specifically. But we go to bed down, we clean our weapons, blah, blah, blah. And the command sergeant major comes in, and he goes, hey, I got some papers I need you to sign. This is where that confirmed kill thing comes in. And he goes, I just wanted to let you know, like, looking back on it, I don't know why he told me this, but I had respect for him. He had come over. I had respect for him, and he had respect for me. We've had many conversations about psychology and philosophy. Like, he was always trying to pick my brain. He invited me. No, I invited him to my wedding and everything. Like, I had a lot of respect for this man. So I don't know. Maybe he just did this because he knew I could handle it. I don't know. But he tells me, he says, I just want you to know we didn't find any explosives in the vehicle. So right there, that told me the guy was not an insurgent. There was no explosive in the vehicle. I just killed this guy because he violated our operating procedure, right? But then he goes, and he had his wife and 2 kids down in the footwells in the back seat. And he goes, there's one in critical condition that's not expected to make it. Everyone out, they're gone. So my first kill was an entire family, and they didn't even have a fucking explosive. So if I get emotional, if I get angry, if you perceive me as an asshole of how I talk to you because of Iran and illegally bombing them and killing 165 fucking schoolgirls and openly saying you're gonna annihilate an entire civilization tonight, if I get upset, it's because I have a reason to get fucking upset. Now, I learned my lesson. From that moment on, I never just followed orders. Okay, I never just did what I was told. From that, I would actually disobey orders. If you go back and look at some of my videos, or one of my videos, I'm specifically addressing I disobeyed orders. And I'm trying to encourage the military today to disobey unlawful orders because I learned my fucking lesson. And I disobeyed orders. And you know what? I got commendations for that. All right? I saved Americans when I was ordered to leave them in enemy territory. I fucking saved them against my orders. They told me to keep moving, and I said, you go fuck yourself. And I rescued Americans. And my whole unit, even though it was my unit telling me to leave them, my whole unit got commendations for that. Honorary cavalryman hat and cavalry spurs and all this bullshit. I got commendations for disobeying unlawful orders. And you know what? They weren't even unlawful. It was just that I knew they were fucking wrong. And I'm not just gonna kill somebody because you're fucking scared. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I did it once. And I lost my fucking soul. I'm not doing it again. What did that piece of shit devil Bush say? Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. You're not gonna fool me again. Correct. Now I have other stories I can tell, but I'm gonna keep this one under 20 minutes. But if you wonder why I'm emotional, why I give a shit, why I wanted to stop the war in Iran, why I'm so critical of it, why I became an intelligence contractor, questioning the party line, challenging fucking intelligence CIA bureaucrats and careerist company men, yes men, like Joe Kent, like Larry Johnson, like fucking Nadia for real. You know, all these people I criticize and I make videos about. If you wonder why I get emotional about it, it's because my whole life. You wonder why I give a shit that we're ruining another generation? Because 22 a day, 22 veterans commit suicide a day. Does that sound healthy to you? I'm still here. I love life. I love good food. I love good pussy, easy women. I love my dogs, spending time with them. I love sometimes just sitting here and staring at the fucking clouds for hours. I love life. I love it. I love how it feels when I work out and I'm sore. I fucking love it. Suicide ain't my jam, dude. But there's a lot of veterans. A lot. We have lost more veterans to suicide than we did in combat. Let that sink in. We have lost more veterans to suicide since the wars than we did in combat during them. Illegal wars, I should say. So if I get emotional, if you, oh man, you got issues. No shit. Thank your fucking God, whoever the fuck it is, Allah, fucking Yahweh, Jesus, whoever the fuck it is you pray to, Krishna, you know, thank them that I have fucking a lifetime of discipline. So when I say I'm gonna smack someone in the fucking mouth, if we were in person, I would smack you in the, I mean it. I would smack the fucking teeth out of your mouth. You know, when I was in my 20s and I was struggling with the whole Jesus turn the other cheek thing, which thankfully that's the time period I was actually in war. Thankfully. I struggled with that, turn the other cheek, and yet I've trained my whole life in the art of violence. I'm working an occupation in the art of violence. I struggled with that. How can I be a Christian when I don't obey Christ's teachings? He told Peter, don't pick up a sword in self-defense. He told Peter, don't pick up a sword in defense of me. He told the fucking Zebedee brothers who said they would call down fire from heaven to punish the Pharisees, and Jesus said, you don't know what spirit you're of right now. And he kicked them out of the fucking gang. You never hear about them again. He said, get behind me, Satan. And he kicked the Zebedee brothers out of this fucking gang. You think Jesus supports war? You think Jesus supports violence, self-defense in any fucking capacity? He does not. He kicked motherfuckers out of his disciples, out of his group for that shit. I struggled with that until eventually I reached a point where I said, you know what? That ain't my jam, dude. I love you, Jesus. I think you're brilliant. I believe everything they say about you. But turn the other cheek, that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to turn the other cheek, and I'm not going to do that. Ergo, I'm not going to tell people I'm a Christian, because I'm not. I'm not going to pretend to be a follower of yours when I do not obey your teachings. I'm not going to do that. And if that means you're going to toss me in hell, okay. But I'm not going to be a fucking inauthentic hypocrite. I'm not going to be as bad as the fucking Pharisees. So if I get emotional about this shit, it's probably because I'm not a sociopath. It's probably because I do fucking care. It's probably because there's something here, actually. So you can insult me, you can slander me, what the fuck ever. Have at it, man. But sociopath, I am not. My conscience is clean, not because I'm perfect. My conscience is clean because I'm authentic. I'm honest. And when God comes to judge my conscience, I'll leave that to him.